It's always a pleasure to bring you up to date on things happening in New Hope, and to do that, we are joined again by the Mayor, Kathi Hemken. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
I'm fine. Had a great 4th of July. Did you?
Yes, I did as well. Glad you're with us once again today to bring us up to date after the 4th on some of the things that are now happening or continuing to happen. And one is one that we want to give a report on to residents, the water quality report. First, tell us a little bit about why this happens, how often it happens, and what the results were.
Well, first of all, the water in New Hope is fabulous. It's always clean. It's always nice smelling. Well, once in a while it gets a little fishy in the spring. But we take water samples on a weekly basis. We send them to the Department of Health and Safety, and they test it and then come up with a yearly report. And on that yearly report, we came out with flying colors. If you don't have good water where you are, well, you should. You should be drinking it right out of the tap if you're in New Hope.
All right, and that information about the report on the city's website, as will be most of the things we talk about, newhopemn.gov. Let's talk about the Rave Awards. For people that don't know, this is a fun time of the year for residents in New Hope to recognize themselves or others. Tell us how this works and what the time frame is we need to keep in mind.
Okay, first of all, the RAVE is not an acronym. Nobody seems to know what it stands for other than you're raving about the property. So what we're doing is we have people either sign up themselves or nominate somebody else, their neighbor, and it's for inside maintenance or remodeling or outside lawn maintenance or some unique project or some green project you did, almost anything. You have until the middle of August to fill it out. You can go online to our website and you can get the form there, or you can call Jeff Elger and he will send you a form, fill it out. It's pretty easy. Send it back in, and you might be nominated. If you win in one of the categories, you get a really nice rock that's engraved and said that you're a Rave winner for that particular year. So it's kind of just a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
it's a nice way to recognize those properties.
I agree. Very nice event. And again, you see Jeff's phone number at the bottom of the screen. Let's talk elections, Mayor. We're in the midst of an election year, a lot going on, and some changes, obviously, in the process. So tell us what residents need to know about elections this year.
Well, of course, there's an election in November on the 3rd, but very immediately there's an election, a primary on August 11th, and you can get a mail-in ballot. You can do it a couple ways. You can call Hennepin County. They'll send you out a form, and you can request a mail-in ballot. They'll send you the ballot, you fill it out, you send it back. Obviously, you have to do it before the 11th. New Hope is one of 3 cities with Robbinsdale and St. Louis Park where you could actually go into New Hope City Hall and you can vote that way if you would like. You fill out the form, they give you the ballot, you vote there, you're done, just like you would normally vote. I don't know that it's going to be real convenient to go to polls because they're not as prevalent as they used to be because of we can't be in the schools in a lot of places. In New Hope, however, we are in the schools. So if you wish, you can call City Hall and find out what school you'll be going to. And you can vote there if you want to, but it's really easier to do it online or to do it by mail.
Let's talk about some of the senior facilities in town. Some things are changing there as well, and you have some training going on, not only for the people in those facilities, but also then for election judges to get people ready for this process. Is it a big process?
It is a big process. It's putsy is what it is, but
Yep.
We can't go into the nursing homes, and we really want to be able to have them vote. So what we're going to do is we're going to train the nursing home personnel so that they know how to get the absentee ballots for their residents, and they'll help them if they need help filling them out. So they'll be getting trained, and then we'll be training election judges in July, and those are election judges that we'll be using for that August primary, and again, if they so choose, the election judges for that November election.
Very good. And another website to visit if you want more information about who's on the ballot, just general voting information, mnvotes.org, a great place to visit. Mayor, it is hard to believe that the city has been in the new city facility for a year. And so as we celebrate the anniversary, you wanted to give a little look back again and some thoughts about why the facility was necessary, and also a little bit about the swimming pool and the reason the swimming pool is going to be held off to opening until next year. So give us a little information on both those points.
Well, these are big projects. They're both $18 million, which is a lot of money. And we want people to enjoy them and see them and be there. It's been a long time since we had a new facility. So the reason why the two things changed places was when we decided we needed a new city hall, we looked around the campus where the park is, and the soils weren't real stable to sustain that kind of building, except where the pool was. So we looked at the pool, and the pool was leaking. It was going to cost us money to replace the leaks in the pool, but then you're just patching a 50-year-old pool. So the decision was made to tear down the pool, start the city hall over there, build the city hall, move into it, and then tear down the old city hall and put the pool over there, because we knew those two places had good, stable soils. Well, the pool, as originally we were supposed to open the 1st of July. Well, as you know, no pools are opening the 1st of July.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, we were having a hard time getting lifeguards because they couldn't get certified from the American Red Cross. Well, if you can't certify your lifeguards, you can't hire them as lifeguards. And the ones that were already certified, they had signed up to go to other pools that opened earlier. They didn't want to wait till July 1st because they needed a job. As it turns out, none of them are working. So it was a very difficult decision not to open that pool, but we're moving right along there. It looks really pretty. Just remember, there's water in the vortex pool in the current channel. It is not to go into. We're curing the plaster. I think the other one, the 50 meter has been drained now. I'm not sure, but it's not open, and you don't climb over the fence and go in the pool.
I drove
But
by
next year,
I drove
we'll
by
be
the
ready
area
next
the
year.
other day to take a look at it, and it does look beautiful, and a lot is coming along. It makes you want to go in and use some of the facilities, but
it
again,
does.
hold off just one more year
Hold on.
and we'll be ready to
Yeah,
go.
especially when it's 90 degrees.
That is true. Yeah, it would have been perfect. Let's talk property maintenance in the city. A couple things to talk about here of ways people can get information in, and also the city taking a look at lawns and some of the properties that might need a little attention. Tell us about those two processes and how things have maybe changed a little bit.
Well, with all the people home, there's a lot of home remodeling projects going on. You really need to call City Hall to the Community Development Department and get some guidelines on what you're supposed to do. We don't want you to build something and then try to get it inspected and it doesn't pass because you didn't follow the code. So really, it's easier just to call and get the code, do it right the first time, then you don't have to redo it. The inspectors are now going to start going out, I believe, next week, doing point of sale inspections, and they'll be doing rental inspections. They'll be making appointments. They'll go in with a mask on and some personal protection and gloves. I think they're asking that one person be in the house only. So it's just like if you're having an open house where you send the kids off to play. Now just one person in the house to take the inspector around, but we're going to go back to doing that. I understand they're not going to go back and look at the houses that have already sold, that didn't get a point of sale inspection. That's too hard to go back to the new owners and say, yeah, we're going to inspect the property. So from now on, they will be doing that, but they're not going to go back.
Makes
now,
sense.
the outside of the house,
Right.
8 inches. Remember 8 inches, that's about that much. If your grass is that tall, you're going to get a little call or a little visit from the city staff and tell you to mow the grass. That grass is the responsibility of the homeowner. In some cases, if the house is rented, they've made arrangements for the rental people to mow the grass. But if they haven't, the homeowner is responsible for that grass to be mowed. You'll get a little note that says your grass is too long, please mow it. If you don't, you'll get another little note with a $50 fine. And you'll just keep getting those $50 fines till you mow it. So get out there and mow your grass so you make your neighbors look good.
And if people have questions about this or a property they are having an issue with, there's certainly ways to do that. Go to the city's website, or you can call Public Works at 763-592-6777 and report any issues or ask any questions that you might have to ask about that particular topic. Finally, Mayor, we want to talk. Oh, go ahead.
Before you go on, I just have to say one thing. When you go online and put an address that's got long grass, that does not go to the owner or to the people that are living there. So you can do this anonymously. And that's very helpful.
Yep, very good point there. Final note is you're looking for feedback from residents, and there's an easy way to do this, a couple of easy ways to do it. It's the City Services Survey. Why is this so important, Mayor, and how can people respond?
Well, we want people to let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, where we can make improvements, how we can make changes. We actually look at every single one of those surveys and read them, and we make improvements and changes where necessary. So that survey was sent out in the July water bill. Now, if you live in an apartment, you might not get a water bill. It's just part of your rent. you can go online and you can answer the survey online. We want to hear from everybody, not just homeowners, but renters and anybody else that wants to contribute to that. And we do read them, so please do that.
And the address to go to on the website is newhopemn.gov/survey. Will take you right to that information that the mayor mentioned. And again, the city's website, newhopemn.gov, great place to find out all of this information and stay up to date on ever-changing events, Mayor, with virtual world here of activities and events. It's great to stay in touch there to see what's happening and what might not be. Mayor, thanks so much again for your time.
Okay. Before we go away, I just want to mention the park programs are starting to ramp up. So go online and look at Park and Rec and see what park programs are open for your kids and get those kids into those programs. And we're keeping everybody safe and at a distance.
Very good. The website and both the Facebook page as well becoming a gem for the city of ways to communicate as things change on a day-to-day basis. Mayor Hemken, we thank you again for your time and look forward to talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Learn more about The Connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.